Players love them, the Spanish League loves them, and the big, rich clubs love them. I'm not talking about siestas or holidays to Ibiza. I'm talking about the skip in everyone's heartbeat. The gasp when you start a new contract. What I'm talking about are minimum fee release clauses. Hi, I'm Brett from A Kick in the Grass, a Football Manager story, and today we're talking about contracts and specifically the minimum fee release clauses you sometimes have to negotiate. In my experience, there are three types of minimum fee release clause. There's the one that says, I don't want to be here in 2 years. I'm not negotiating. I'm going to go for $10 million even though I'm worth 50. I'm not going to negotiate it. I'm not even going to let you set an expiry date. Those ones are the devil. The second sort, they're the ones with a bit more leeway. The players that go, I want a minimum fee release clause, but you can make it whatever you want, as long as you pay me. And then there's the ones in the middle, the ones we're going to talk about today. The ones that are slightly negotiable, that seem quite low. But what I'm going to show you today is how you can really extend those ones out. Really when it seemed there was no hope. Okay, so I've just jumped into a save with RB Salzburg, everyone's favourite wonder kid team. A team people love to use, try to win the Champions League with, and hold on to some of those wonder kids. It's a tough ask because many of them want minimum fee release clauses. Now, the first minimum fee release clause we're talking about, that devil one, that's the type that Karim Adeyemi's after. We look into his contract, offer him a new contract. He's playing hardball already because he won't give us any indication of what he wants. But you can see the agent has that limited value. You can't negotiate the expiry date, you can't cancel it, and there's no negotiating past that 14.25 million that the agent said is the release clause. Doesn't matter what you do, that's going to be hard set now. All you could really do is wait a couple of months, try again, and hope something's changed. They're the ones you don't want to see. Okay, the second type, they're the ones that are a bit more open. That's where the player is happy for you to negotiate, really, whatever you want as the minimum fee. If we have a look in at Umar Saleh here, we offer him a new contract. He wants to be a regular starter. I'm fine with that. He wants 10.5k a week. We're not giving him that rise. But as you can see here, the expiry date's highlighted. We can actually remove and exclude, which is probably what I'd do if I was doing this contract. But for the sake of the example, you can click on the tab here and you can negotiate all the way to 500 million as a release clause for Umar Saleh. Now, if I was going to do something sensible, I'd probably go for around 60, 80 million, offer him a little bit extra money just to tempt him, and then suggest that. And as you can see, he's accepted that. A club wants to come in, they can pay 60 million. Okay, so the third one, and this is the one that can be a really tricky one to deal with. This is the one where if we offer Sovold a contract here, what you can see is he wants a bunch of stuff. He wants a 10% yearly wage rise. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't want him to have that. He's got this wage after reaching international appearances, but what you can see here is he's got the minimum fee release clause, and it's semi-negotiable. Okay, what you'll notice then is you could negotiate the expiry date. You can also up this a little bit. Now, what it seems is that you can get it to 17.25 and that's as far as you can go. What I'm going to show you now is that you can actually get that to as much as you want. I don't know if this is a trick, but I'll show you how. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to get rid of his international appearances wage. The reason why is we need to entice Nicholas Sovold to take a higher release clause. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm actually going to offer him that 11.5 straight up as a contract, and I'm going to make sure I extend that minimum fee release clause. Now, fingers crossed, I've offered him a bit of extra money, I've upped that minimum fee release clause. If we suggest and get the green, then we're a goer here. We suggest, we got the green, and we are a goer. Now, what I never noticed until just recently is that if we have a look back now into that drop-down menu, it's actually got higher amounts. So I can set that to 20.5. I know I've pretty much negotiated the contract to what I want. What I used to do was just go, okay, great. I feel like I've won that and finalize the deal. But if you have a look at the drop-down menu and there's a further higher minimum fee you can set it. You might have to offer a little bit of extra cash again. I'm going to up this to 13,000. And you might think, yeah, okay, I'm spending a lot of money. I am. Salzburg's a club that's going to have a lot of money. They're going to be in the Champions League every year. And keeping these players is more important. So I'm going to suggest that. And they've accepted it. Now you might be thinking, finalize the deal again. You've got it to 20.5. No, I'm greedy. But what I've found is the drop-down menu will now get even higher. If I click the highest amount, make one click on the wage, and suggest those terms, they'll accept it again. And I can continue to do that. One click on the wage, make it 30 million, suggest, and they'll accept it. And I can keep doing that one click, extending the minimum fee release clause, suggesting, one click, until I'm happy with the minimum fee release clause that I want. It keeps going and keeps going one click at a time. And I've got it all the way to 62 million and I'm only paying him 14,500. So that's gone from, 14 million all the way up to 62 million. I've paid extra, but it means clubs aren't going to get him for cheap. He'll accept that, and we've won that contract negotiation. Now, that's all well and good with Nicholas Seiwald. He's going to be a good player. But what about someone who's going to be a superstar, like Benjamin Sesko? He doesn't actually have that locked-in one like Karim Adeyemi. If we go in, offer him a new contract, he wants to be a squad player. Okay, so what he wants is he wants 7.75k per week, a massive 5-year contract. He wants a 10-year wage rise, and he wants some extra money when he reaches 25 games. Now, he's going to do that this year. So I'm going to get rid of those. And I'm going to get rid of the yearly wage rise. And as we did before with Seiwald, I'm going to make that as big as it can be. It's negotiable. But I need to offer an extra wage. I'm just going to offer him what he was going to get after 25 games. And see if he accepts it. Excellent. Now, once again, we can offer 21 million. Add a bit of extra stuff to it. Will he accept? Yes, he will. Now, it seems that after that second negotiation, this is when you can just do the one-click advance the minimum fee trick. So we're going to click once, get it up to 25, suggest the terms. Click again, have a look, 30 million, suggest the terms. Click again, have a look, 36 million, suggest the terms. Click again, have a look, 43 million, suggest the terms. And I can keep doing this until I get to a fee that I'm happy with. Now, I know Sesko, he's a really popular player. The big clubs are going to come for him. I'm happy to pay him a fair bit of money. I've got it up to 75 million. I keep doing it. I've hit his top wage that the club will let me take. We've got a minimum fee of $75 million. Finalise that. He's taking it. And we don't have a piddly $14, $17 million release clause that any big club can come along and pay instantly. I've jumped into my FC Copenhagen save just to show you one more thing with contract negotiations. Trying to sign Pedro Polverino. It's pretty funny. I've put a bid in at his minimum fee release clause. So we are using a minimum fee release clause to teach about minimum fee release clauses. Anyway, if we offer him a contract, what I just wanted to show you was the promise to allow the player to treat the club as a stepping stone. If you want to be able to negotiate the minimum fee, you have to get rid of that. If you don't, it'll be hard-lined like the first Devil one we talked about with Adeyemi. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the info session about minimum fee release clauses in contracts. If you did, drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for further content. If you want to watch another video I made on how to find new gen wonder kids with minimal fuss, then you can follow the links here. Thank you very much. Bye.